team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Wildcats ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Washington's offense will have the football first. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for a senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, he's obviously going to have a big year.
That purple wave getting things going on the ground now.
And such a great fan base in the Pacific Northwest. Washington fans believe in their team. They're loud, and I tell you what, when they got a ground game they can depend on, a physical ground game, it sets the table.
Breaks into the open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And the Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Got his man in the middle. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, they execute the end route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
To the ground with the back. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Hauls it in. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise. opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will go to work for the first time today. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that. Sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Off the play fake. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they got him in the end zone for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Creates a little room. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Harris. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they are on the move.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Hands it off. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Got room on the return. The 20. They finally make this. Not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Wildcats! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Used the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but is not able to get to the first down marker.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out of space. Keep doing that.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Motion from the wide receiver. He'll take it himself. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Patterson. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Harrell. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. Okay. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Here we go. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? To the edge, it's Patterson. Touchdown, Kentucky! He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
Well, this running back can beat you with a lot of tools. He's got speed, he can shake you, he can spin away, and now he shows you the stiff arm. That was lethal before walking into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but they're not exactly putting the Buckeye leaves on those helmets just yet. This is a tight one in Columbus. They're up by 10 over Buffalo. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He now has 61 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing it. This opening game. They'll go right back to it. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give to the back. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches tonight.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Gets the back moving. Going to swing it on second down. He's got him this time. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Washington coming to the line with another first down. To the air on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Gets open down the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
This offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Let's take a minute here to look at the big picture for Kentucky. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Patterson. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Finds the tight end. They'll move the chains after he gets... ...43-yard line. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. This time it's complete. And they'll... Just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. And the Huskies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Looking to throw again. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Huskies! He got a step and just dusted the field. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Leaves it with the back. Fights off a defender. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Trying to pick up a first down. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's going to take off. Gets the first himself. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Caught over the middle. It's Harrell.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Here comes the Heat. He's got him. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So they're going to... the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. OU, oh my. Oklahoma is putting on a show offensively today. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up by 21 over Tulsa.
Touchdown, Washington! Stealing a score on special teams. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out quickly. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
Defense just didn't have an answer there on the slant throw. Once the completion was made, they just couldn't get to the ball carrier and get him down on the ground.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Patterson. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Oh, he makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice game. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting points on the board before the break.
On the play. Brings up second down.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. splits the uprights right down the middle. The lead is down to a field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Henderson. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lexington, but let's just go with notable. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Old Commonwealth Stadium and Kroger Field.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Washington about to put it deep to start things in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete on the right side. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
DB's right up on the receivers. They go to the ground. The office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might as well stick with him. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
This is one of the best run defenses in the entire country. They pride themselves on being the most physical unit, and you are seeing that in this game, shutting down this running back.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage, and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarter.
Takes it the other way. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got it behind the line. It's Washington. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. catch in the middle. It's Sherman. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. From the gun on 3rd down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Works the middle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it completely.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
They'll try the run. And they picked up 9 on first. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really going up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
Touchdown, Huskies! Fit it in the window for the score.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
I think one of the most undervalued assets in good quarterback play is the play-action game. Making the run fake honestly and truthfully looking like run. You're fooling the defense, and then you're just making it easier on yourself because you're giving yourself bigger lanes to throw the football into.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
They'll run play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. So athletic from the linebacker position.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Takes it on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The give to the back. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've reached a break. It's Washington holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The give to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Caught near the sticks. It's Sherman. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the...
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position.
Turning it on! Gets him on the ground at the...